Matt is ready to buy an Aston Martin DBX for my dad. Note that this is a DBX that has been thoroughly soaked in water. Very cheap. The car has never been started since it was salvaged. As for the depth of the flood or how long it lasted, no one knows. Matt just wants to take another chance on the flooded car. This isn't the first time anyway, but my father doesn't know what's going on now, because this car is his dream car. The first time my dad saw this DBX, they were driving a water-soaked Cullinan. There is a DBX parked next to the car. He was immediately moved. On the way back, Dad also said, if I could have a for Aston Martin, how nice it would be if the DBX was in my garage. Back to the workshop. Matt tried to check the turbo. It is suspected that floodwater has entered the engine compartment because currently, turbine and cylinder, there are water stains all over the piston. The engine is in serious condition. The connecting rod is bent. The crankshaft is bent. The steel body almost exploded. Now there is only one way to dismantle all the parts. A bunch of wires and oil. A bunch of hoses. Front bumper caliper. The condenser is difficult to handle. Very difficult. Front subframe and engine. And the gearbox. It has been completely dismantled by Matt and Dad. But when removing the engine, steering column rubs against intake pipe. The plastic broke with a snap. When Matt and Dad opened the oil pan, the engine oil turned into a thick white liquid. Severe oil-water emulsification. This engine is basically a death sentence, although it seems now. The possibility of this engine being scrapped is very high. But all this is not a problem. The next goal is to fix it. Then send Dad the truly coveted Aston Martin DBX. We continue to SAIC. The inner wall of the engine cylinder should be as smooth as a mirror, but now it has been. The bottom is rusty. Even the path of the piston sliding is blurred. Matt knew it at a glance. This cylinder can't be salvaged, but compared with the previous GT3, this DBX is better. After all, this is not a top performance machine. Relatively old Libet engine. Finding parts is also much easier. Matt thinks he can find a similar cylinder block to rebuild, or find a refurbished old part and use it. Because of the current cylinder condition, almost every one of them is embroidered. Replacing the entire engine assembly may be the only solution. The previous GC4 engine was also a water-soaked car, but the car was lying down. Water can flow out from the top of the piston, not leaving much water. The DBS was submerged standing up. Water is blocked at the bottom of the cylinder. Can't go down at all. Matt joked about trying to salvage the engine. Next time there is a flood, hang your car upside down on the wall. At present, this engine won't turn over at all. It's probably because one of the connecting rods is bent. Even if there is no bend, the rust level of the steel arm alone. The steel body must also be replaced. Matt lifted the entire engine out of the subframe. Mount on the bracket, ready to turn it upside down to see the bottom. DBX is a 4-wheel drive. The front differential is directly connected to the cylinder block. The drive shaft even passes through the oil pan. So you have to remove the differential first. Pull out the flywheel and clean the oil bottom to see the real internal situation. Finally, after removing the bottom cover, Mark found the culprit railing. Obvious deformation. Piston ring cracked. Do it for a while. This is a typical piston water pressure structure collapse. After he removed the connecting rod, the whole engine finally turned. But it's too late. The cylinder wall is rusty. If you force repair and reinstall, you will soon see blue smoke coming out of the car. The result of the breakdown of oil combustion performance. Because the piston moves, just blow the oil into the exhaust. So now Matt has confirmed. To get this DBS back on the road, Cylinder replacement required. List I stuffed. All internal structural parts. Complete machine rebuilt. Although this is the worst case. But Matt still believed. Just keep the budget in check. This DBS was soaked in water. There is still a chance to pursue it. Matt now has a rough list. Connecting rod gasket. Timing chain set. 8 piston rings. 5 metal eye bolts. Hydrogen filter bearing. Differential gasoline. Gear oil crankshaft seal. It is the basic key that must be replaced when rebuilding the DBX engine. But the key question is where to find the engine block. Matt saw a second-hand DBX engine. List price, £12,999. The total cost of the vehicle is £95,000. Compare with the second-hand DBX in the £130,000 range on the market. This account seems to be a bit of a loss, but still acceptable. So Matt started looking for steel. But Aston Martin doesn't just sell steel. All parts available. Cylinder not sold separately. Buying a cylinder is no problem. Only buy the whole machine. From £64,000. At this time, Matt began to wonder if there was a consistent structure. Lower-priced alternatives. The DBX is equipped with AMG's M177 engine and AMG LC63. Aston Martin fled waiting for car shopping. The difference is that DBX is a 4-wheel drive model. There is a hole in the steel staircase floor. The drive shaft of the front differential. Matt found number 177,950, exactly the as on the GLC. Although the GLC has a smaller horsepower of 612 compared to the DBX's 697 horsepower. But the problem isn't the engine itself. It's about tuning the intercooler and turbo system. Just bring a set of peripherals to DBX. Transfer all. Theoretically possible. And most importantly, this second-hand GLC engine is only £7,300. It's more than half the price of buying an Aston, so Matt decided to read it. Buy this second-hand GLC and change the spark plugs first. Change the oil and filter. As long as the engine core is okay, it is possible to use it directly on DBX. Of course, the hardest part is not buying. Instead, remove the auxiliary key on the GLC. Install all the peripherals on DBX. I just dismantled a few pieces. Mark discovered the problem. There are more and more small details between the two versions. Different screw positions. Different support structures. The sensor interface is also incompatible. Can this gamble be won? Matt has to try it bit by bit. Manually adapt everything until the ignition is successful. There's only one thing Matt can confirm right now. This engine has completely different parts. Tin steel cover wheel axle. Even the front pulley. All different. The only hope. That is, this paint cylinder is the same as the original DBX. If even the cylinder is different, this £7,300. But it really hit my hand. Matt pointed to the two engines for comparison. The first anomaly is here. There is no front differential transmission hole. Then there are the structural differences of the camshaft, visible to the naked eye. The GLC's cams are like to toothpicks. DBS has two armored warriors. This shows that Aston Martin has a. To get that extra 80 horsepower, not only retraining, the entire valve train was also replaced, camshaft and formal structure. But the key issue is not here. In the cylinder. Matt took a deep breath. If the cylinder can be universal, Matt can keep the budget. If you can't, then this engine gamble really failed. Before you start removing the steel cover, he has checked the vehicle history. This GLC engine has only 2,400 miles on it. It's a different kind of car. Non-structural water damage. More controllable than impact. The cylinder head bolts have loosened. Remove the head gasket. Once the lid is up, Matt can see the pistons, steel jacket, and substructure. This 7,300 pounds is stuck in this cylinder, can completely match DBS. Matt looked down. He saw that the structure matched. Consistent interface, stainless steel. In theory, the steel body of this TLC engine can be used in DBS, as long as Matt puts the camshaft of the DBX. The valve mechanism and intake system are all replaced. This 64,000 pounds Aston Martin factory engine chain can be resurrected at 1/7 of the price. Matt had a little smile on his face. But this is just the beginning. Next, every detail. Screw bracket. The crankshaft and chain must be aligned. Otherwise, it's all in vain. Now the gambling continues. Crucial moment. The cylinder head of the GLC engine has been removed. Is it the same? Completely different. The piston structure is different. Wrong shape. The groove is wrong. Even the bottom compression area is wrong. You heard it right. The piston is different. The crankshaft is also different, although Matt initially blocked the same piece of steel. But to this point, he found the seemingly universal M177. Between DBX and GLC, the details of the parts are customized. The piston head on the GLC side is a 4 concave design. DBX uses a larger concave surface. There are more prominent edges. The power circle is the same, but the pistons are different and cannot be directly used. This means, even though steel is universal, all sports ships inside must be moved back to the original version. Matt was half right. Steel size. The interface steel sleeves all match. But the piston connecting rod crankshaft is completely wrong. Set. The GLC engine has only one usable steel left. The piston and connecting rod are removed. Matt carefully marked. I have to put it back just in case, but it is obvious. CLC uses 005 connecting rod, and DBX is 007. Even if there is only a difference of 2 digits, you cannot use it randomly. He came with this JLC engine. Now only a clean steel remains. DBX original pistons. It can indeed fit into this GLC cylinder block. Size pairs. This means Matt's 7,300 pounds. Not completely wasted. Someone might ask, why not just repair the original cylinder block? Because of cylinder liner corrosion, the need for a soup jar will trigger a chain reaction. Crankshaft, even the pistons have to follow. That is no longer a repair, but rebuild. So at least for now, Matt has a VM that he can use with confidence. Original steel. A new engine could be built for this DBX. Of course, this was not in the plan at all. I originally planned to finish it within a week and hand it over to his father. I ended up falling into the engine puzzle hell. Now Matt can only take the whole DBX engine rebuilt from scratch. Used. It's a mix of Mercedes-Benz and Aston GLC parts. There is absolutely no ready-made solution. All supported by experience and baits. There is no way to finish installing the engine in this episode. But Matt, thanks to everyone who watched the video. About the video content, you can discuss in the comments section. Thank you for watching. See you next time. My mom said that I can come and do some outdoor play for a bit, but I've got to wear my gloves, she said.
Xin chào mọi người ạ. Mọi người đã đến với cái phần 2 của cái chiếc Aston Vina TDMX. Thì cái anh Mát này anh ấy cùng bố anh ấy sửa chữa chiếc xe này thì chúng đã bị hỏng hóc rất là nhiều. Anh ấy phải đặt rất nhiều thứ để sửa chữa lại, mà do nó đã bị ngập nước quá nặng, cái trục những cái trục piston đã bị cong và không thể sử dụng lại được. anh ấy phải thay thế mới hoàn toàn, tạo ra cho cái cơ hội là sửa chữa một cái chiếc xe này rất là nhiều việc. Để mà sửa chữa được xong nó thì chắc cũng phải mất tầm 3-4 tháng, trong khi đó lại còn phải chờ đặt hàng nữa. Thì trong khoảng thời gian này anh ấy và bố anh ấy cố gắng hoàn thiện cái chiếc xe này cho nó hoàn hảo nhất có thể. Anh ấy muốn sửa chữa thật nhanh để tặng cho bố anh đấy. Thì ông rất là háo hức. Mọi người xem đến đây hãy cho mình một lượt thích, một lượt đăng ký kênh và ủng hộ mình nhé. Chào tạm biệt.